Today's Cowboys Report is made possible by Manscaped. Make sure your boys, the ones below your waist, are looking their best ever with Manscaped's male grooming products. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. 20% off and free shipping with code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com. The Cowboys have told some truths the last 48-ish hours. Stephen Jones had this to say after the NFL draft. We'll continue to work that part of it and improve our roster. We were on the phone with a couple guys here recently, trying to get our numbers right, looking at guys who can come in here and help us that might be veteran-type players versus the college players. This is a busy time for us right now. I just see our roster continuing to evolve and will continue to get better. Obviously, the big one was Ezekiel Elliott. More on that in a moment. The Cowboys have also brought back, again, linebacker Damien Wilson. He was on the practice squad down the stretch last year. He and Lyle Collinson joined at kind of similar times. Wilson returns to give added veteran depth, even though I don't know if he's going to make the roster. I guess the Cowboys saw enough things to bring him back. This is the current landscape of the Cowboys linebacker room. Eric Kendricks, DeMarvion Overshown, Demo Clark, Maurice Liufau, Buddy Johnson, Damien Wilson, Johnson and Moggensen, both the UDFAs there, by the way. It's better, especially from what it was when all the injuries happened last year. Still a bit of a shaky, concerning linebacker room, but you've got at least 4 guys who are guaranteed roster spots, barring like a trade or something for Kendricks, Overshown, Clark, and Liufau. The running back room also added a player. After many rumors about it, Ezekiel Elliott has returned to the Dallas Cowboys, a 1-year, $3 million deal with $2 million guaranteed. We did not have the contract details when we filmed the early morning breaking news video. Now we do, and it is he making the team, and he ain't getting cut money. Now, if you've watched our videos on Zeke in the past, or you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm not happy about this move. I need more at the running back spot. It's not what I would have done. But I'll still cheer it on. I want the Cowboys to win games. I think that's what everyone wants. So if you agree, then like the video right now. This is the current Cowboys running back room. Ezekiel Elliott, he's got more money. Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, Royce Freeman, Malik Davis, Hunter, he's kind of a fullback, running back hybrid. Snoop Connor and Nate Pete, the UDFA. This is the worst running back room in the NFL. It's not even all that close for me. Every single team has at least one guy on their roster who would be a pretty clear-cut starter for the Dallas Cowboys. I think Dallas has the best RB3 room to 4 room in the NFL. It's the top end of it that's a very real concern for me. The latest reporting has been the Cowboys aren't done yet. And that was coming from David Moore, who also said if they do not add anything, it's kind of like 2018 wide receiver room. That was true. That's true, by the way. Room by committee, and nobody really that good in it. So do you want to add another running back? I've got some names in mind we'll get to here. What do you want? 1 for yes, 0 for no. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Here's what Jerry Jones said about making trades, and this was kind of the context of a running back. Steve, I'm not holding you to, so we can probably trade with another club for pretty much the next 6 or 7 months, can't we? I've seen teams win the Super Bowl with running backs they traded for midseason. The point is that this thing is a long way from being over as to how you're going to line up. Okay, Jerry, I'll hold your ass accountable. If we get to the trade deadline and the Cowboys are in bad shape at running back, nobody's emerged, they haven't done anything to make the room better, I will call you out. And I will take that screenshot and at freezing cold takes and say stuff. The Cowboys gaslit us again because they've gaslit us all off season long. Now, there are running backs, several of them, that I am interested in trading for, and or maybe 1 or 2 end up getting cut. So some players to discuss here on today's show. Many of you have brought up Dameon Pierce. I don't know if the Texans actually have the running back depth to move on from him. He was not very good in 2023. He was good in 2022, though. Tyler Algier is a solid running back stuck behind Bijan Robinson now. Cheap, productive player. The Falcons only have, I think, 2 that I like, though. Khalil Herbert is the one I am most intrigued by. He doesn't bring me a lot of juice on third downs, but he was very effective on early downs for the Chicago Bears. Neither of these guys had really workhorse roles the past season. And again, Pierce was bad. You're banking on a return to form in 2022. Algier's a former 1,000-yard back. Every time Herbert's gotten chances, he's played pretty well. I don't like him on third downs at all, but I've got other backs who can pass protect and or catch passes on third down, so I'm fine from that perspective. And then there are 3 other teams, among even deeper groups, that I am quite intrigued by. We'll get to that here in a moment, but first, today's show is made possible by Manscaped. Every man knows it can get a little bit scary when going for a close shave below the waist. That's why I trust Manscaped for all my sensitive areas. The lawnmower family includes the Lawnmower 3.0 Plus, the 4.0 Pro, and 5.0 Ultra, because boys need love too, and for this spring season, each trimmer is equipped with skin-safe technology and LED spotlight and unique features for different grooming needs. By the way, they are waterproof as well. If you're taking them on the go, Manscaped has you covered. Travel case and a travel lock feature to avoid it accidentally powering on, and then you're at the airport and it's like, hey, dude, what's in there, buddy? And then they got to explain it's your Manscaped razor, but it's just easier if it doesn't turn on in the first place, right? Get 20% off and free shipping with code COWBOYS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com. For the best your boys have ever looked, trust Manscaped. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. I think let's go through 3 teams that I think you can explore trying to find a trade with because they've got extra depth that I like at the running back room. Breece Hall is not going to get traded by the New York Jets. However, in the last 2 years, they have drafted Braylon Allen, my guy Israel Abanikanda. You want juice? There's juice, and Isaiah Davis. Now, maybe they just roll with those 4 guys, but I wanted Izzy in last year's draft. Love to get him now. The Dolphins have a lot of running backs on their roster right now. Raheem Mostert, A-Chain, Jeff Wilson. They sniped my guy Jalen Wright. Savon Ahmed and Chris Brooks all played snaps last year for them on offense. It's 5 running backs, 6 running backs, who played good, who played well. They're not going to keep all of them. I'm not going to get H-Chain. I doubt I get Raheem Mostert either. But I can at least explore some of the juice options there. Jeff Wilson's been a pretty effective runner. I'd also call about the 49ers. Now, maybe this running back room isn't the fits because they like zone, and the Cowboys haven't done much outside zone. They have Christian McCaffrey. They also sniped the Cowboys from getting Isaac Rondo, who's a great fit. Could I get Elijah Mitchell on the cheap? He might actually end up being closer to RB4 than RB2. Cody Schrader's a fit for them. Maybe he makes the roster and I can get Mitchell. Jordan Mason flashed some stuff for the Niners last year, too. I would explore the market. So name a running back you want to trade for. Realistic names only. You're not going to get... Alvin Kamara is not realistic. He's actually kind of not the same guy anymore. He also has a huge contract. Name a running back that you want to go trade for in the comments. One name that I'll also throw out there as a potential, I don't think there will be many post-June 1st cuts. I think there's an outside chance that Miles Sanders is. The Panthers took Jonathan Brooks ahead of Dallas in round 2. He is due $4.22 million this year if you wanted to trade for him. It's a little bit more than I'd like to there. He had a $2 million roster bonus on top of that was already paid out. There's not much post-June 1st cap savings, but they do save something there. The Panthers will leave her out on that. The reason why I mentioned Miles Sanders is because, he was terrible last year. Ezekiel Elliott was better than Miles Sanders was in 2023. So the bar is profoundly low at this time. But he was also really good previously. We're only 1 year removed from him being a highly efficient and impactful back, as opposed to, we're several years removed where we've never seen it in the NFL for everyone else on this Cowboys roster. So if he gets cut, Can I get him for an actual cheap 1-year deal, little to no guaranteed money, see if I can recapture that juice? I don't want to trade for him because he was so bad last year, but if he's cut, he was really good in 2022. Maybe I can find that again. That's only a year removed after all. We'll have plenty of Cowboys coverage for you this offseason, so if you haven't already, hit that sub button, youtube.com/CowboysTV. Now, the defensive tackle room also really stands out as a spot that is in dire straits at this time. It's Oso Odighizuwa, Mozzie Smith, Chauncey Golston, Justin Rogers, I think, can be your backup nose guard. Denzel Daxon was a UDFA signing. Maybe you try Junior Feoko some at defensive end, or DT. I don't know if you will. This is a bad defensive tackle room. You're banking on Osa not having that last half of the year fall off he's had a couple times. Mozzie being much better, and a bunch of guys. A 7th round. I like Rodgers as your backup nose guard. I think I want another rotational 3-tech, or at least a guy that can do a little bit of both for you. It's honestly someone in the Neville Gallimore vein would be helpful right now. Not Neville Gallimore, obviously, but someone who can be like your 3rd or 4th defensive tackle. So will the Cowboys sign a DT? Y for yes, N for no. Some names to monitor here. Calais Campbell's the biggest one. I would love that. He might be out of the Cowboys' price tag range. Marlon Davidson, Nick Williams. Unironically, I'm actually kind of totally down to bring back Carlos Watkins. That would actually be pretty good for me. Sheldon Day, Tyson Alualu, Jaleel Johnson, Lawrence Guy, Linval Joseph, and James Lynch have some beneficiaries to, or ties to Mike Zimmer, I should say. So I think that's fine. But again, I don't like the status for the available free agents in the defensive tackle room. Free agency, it's not a good group.